Party's over.
I know this is a bit of a trope at this point, but just humor me for a moment. You wake up, it's the morning, you get out of bed, you're feeling super groggy, and you just want to start your day off right. So you go to the kitchen to brush your teeth and make a cup of coffee for yourself. As you're waiting for the water to boil for your cup of coffee, you get bored, so you check Twitter to get your daily shit posting out of the way, and you start to see screenshots from a certain little Discord server circulating on Twitter, and the screenshots you see showcase the absolute worst the internet has to offer. Doxing, pedophilia, death threats, targeted harassment, all that shit, and plus some. Well, as it would seem, chances are you've just come across screenshots from Maximilian Muss's Discord server. If you don't know who Max is, he's a YouTuber with 1.5 million subscribers who makes Fortnite trolling videos. He's also known for the "oh yeah yeah" meme, and he's been riding that fame to the moon for years now. See, that's something you're going to notice when it comes to Max. He loves the attention. It doesn't matter where he gets it, according to him. It could be good publicity or bad. It does not matter as long as all eyes are on him. You might think of him as a very Honey Boo Boo-like character, a person with the same aspirations as a reality TV star, a person who relishes being in the spotlight 24/7, who doesn't care whether they're seen as a villain or a hero. This is far from the truth, however. The truth is, despite what he says or believes himself, he does not actually want that kind of attention, as it would completely backfire for him. Now, you might be thinking, how so? What could he be associated with that is so bad that it would potentially destroy his channel? Well, as I mentioned earlier, his Discord server. It is where Max goes to organize these targeted harassment campaigns against creators. Big or small, it doesn't really matter to him if you have a channel with 3 million subscribers or 300. If he wants to fuck with you, he will do it. And these aren't your typical friendly raids that you might see happen on Twitch. No, these are raids with the express purpose of getting the creator they are targeting banned by posting racist and homophobic comments, or he raids people to make a completely different person look bad, a person by the name of Weast, by having his Discord spam Weast gang to impersonate his audience while saying fucked up shit, hoping that the victims of the raid would mass report him by mistake. And speaking of Weast, he is somebody that Max not only not likes, but he is somebody he genuinely fucking hates, to the point where he once instructed his Discord to dox his girlfriend. And if that wasn't enough, he then instructed his audience to harass her about her father being in the hospital. Just picture yourself in her shoes for a minute. Your dad is dying and you're trying to process that. And suddenly you have a bunch of 12-year-olds and socially underdeveloped adults harassing you on Twitter and telling you they hope he dies. And the only thing you have done to warrant a reaction like this, their only justification for them fucking with you, is that you're dating somebody that their favorite creator does not like. It's actual fucking insanity. And when Max was asked about this issue during an interview in Q&A, this is what he had to say in response to that.
Go ahead.
I know for a fact that he's not gonna get banned on Twitch, okay?
Why is that?
The only reason I was doing this... Okay, well, I mean, I don't really think mass reporting works on Twitch. I guess he could have gotten banned on Twitch, but I really see that like as a low chance thing. So that wasn't really
What would you have done if you got him banned?
If I got him banned, honestly, I think that would have been funny. I don't really care that much about it.
Okay.
And then I saw this opportunity where she was like, oh, my dad died. And I sent some people and, you know, that was because I wanted him to make a video. I still think maybe I probably shouldn't have done it. It was not my best moment. But I would do it again.
Now, some of you must be thinking, wow, what a horrible person, not even pretending to feel just a little bit bad about what he did to that girl. And, you know, I would respect that takeaway, but I also would like to point out the bigger picture, the things I noticed from this interview. If you paid attention, Max, he's not very confident in anything he's saying. He's constantly walking back statements he makes, and he's then trying to retake those stances like nothing happened. He is almost contradicting the character he has portrayed himself out to be. Clearly, he doesn't feel bad about what he did, but I'm still confused as to why he would even try to make a fake apology for it in the first place, to admit that he was wrong and it wasn't a proud moment. It's almost like all that hype about him not caring where he gets his attention from is utter bullshit, because when push comes to shove and he's out of his element in a situation where he doesn't have his audience right there to back him up, he doesn't have a hype man to console him when he's the one being sacrificed to the corn, he fucking melts. He doesn't know how to portray himself. He doesn't know what the fuck to do. I mention this because it's very important to realize just what kind of people we're dealing with. People who are actual fucking degenerates, people who lack the comprehension skills needed to socialize, the kind of people, you know, who strip down and shove various objects up their ass at the direction of Max just to get made fun of on camera. You know, people who like to be dominated by their favorite greasy Swedish meatball. I'm not making any of this up, by the way. There is an entire online breadcrumb trail of Maximilian Muss inviting people into these calls where he encourages people to perform degrading sexual acts on themselves or to hurt themselves for his amusement. He really likes to dominate his own audience, really likes to cuck them. And some of these people, may have unknowingly done it in front of minors. According to an allegation from LT Cobra, who was 15 at the time of this incident, Max would try to bait him to come into calls where a friend of his was said to be sodomizing himself, shoving stuff up his asshole. And Max apparently thought it was a bright idea to invite a 15-year-old to this kind of call. It's just an allegation at the moment. Cobra says he has evidence, and I have no reason to think he's lying about something this absurd, but still, take it with a grain of salt. Don't be stupid. I only mention it because it's relevant to all the other allegations, but in truth, I don't fucking doubt it for a second. Max had no system in place of making sure something like this could have been avoided. And even if he was somehow vindicated on this allegation, and he was super careful about who he invited into these calls where he made people degrade themselves, the people in his Discord probably didn't. These are people, after all, who are actual fucking horror cows. Degenerates who don't know how to make friends outside of YouTube comment sections. You think they're going to be careful with something like that? And they're being used as a personal army for another degenerate with poor social skills to do away with his critics and detractors. Now, I mentioned a lot of serious stuff that happens in his Discord already, some things that are pretty incriminating on their own, but what I did not mention is the creme brulee of this entire shit show, the fucking main course, the main reason that has caused Max the most grief he has ever received on the internet, probably the biggest factor for why he has now deleted his channel as of making this video. An accusation made by a YouTuber with almost 8 million subscribers.
And when they targeted me, I mentioned saying Max Gang is like saying you're proud to be a pedophile. And the reason why I said this is because Maximilian himself will tell you the reason he remakes the Discord so many times is because his community shares so much child porn that he has to take it down because he worries that he himself will get arrested for it. Unfortunately, Max has scrubbed his entire Reddit and made it private, so all of the posts that were talking about the child porn plague that was sweeping through Maximilian's community, they're no longer there. His own posts about his stance on it are no longer there. However, I did find one thread that he overlooked where it does talk about it. It's this right here, where they're talking about someone that was sharing child porn, and that was the reason it was taken down. This is the only one that survived the purge of Maximilian's subreddit, and I don't know how Max handles these things these days, but back then, he used to defend it, saying that the sharing of child porn was just an inside joke of his community. And he also took down people's videos that were talking about this. Like, here's a link to one, which is no longer available because Max struck it down. People were calling this out. People were talking about how Max is cultivating a community of people that are sharing child porn. Now, while you can't control every lunatic that's gonna watch your dog shit Fortnite trolling videos, you can control your response to it by banning them and making a statement saying that this shit is not okay. I've never seen Max say that. The only statements I saw him make in the past were that it's just jokes, and that's why he's remaking the servers. That's beyond fucked up, Max. It's an actual fucking felony.
Now, Critical in his video made an accusation towards Max saying that he was knowingly allowing CP to be spread in his Discord server. This is a very interesting and serious accusation, that he's been deleting and remaking his Discord due to a high volume of CP being spread. Keyword, high volume. He's running the Epstein Island of Discord servers, apparently. Now, to be fair to Max, Max says that it's actually because he's being banned for violating Discord's rules on targeted harassment, and honestly, I believe him. At least, I'm going to give him the benefit of assuming that most of the time, he's just getting banned because of his targeted harassment campaigns. It fits the narrative. It's something we know. The screenshot Critical shared wasn't exactly a nail in the coffin for me, but to be fair to him, he did show that Max's community was aware of this being an issue in the Reddit thread. It was enough of an issue that it was talked about by them on the surface web. But here's a problem that relates to the issue that is 100% valid, that Max and his Discord community, these Discord champs, really enjoy making these jokes that make them look just a little bit suspicious. You know, jokes like this. He has no evidence to call me this, but he's not wrong. Now, wait a minute, Max. Wait just a minute. If you're trolling people by making yourself look like a pedophile, wouldn't the only way for your epic joke to work is if people take the bait and actually call you a pedophile? Max, no, what are you doing? What the fuck were you thinking? What is supposed to be the punchline of this joke? Is it for people to label you as a skid, or were you trolling your audience of teenagers and socially awkward adults into making jokes about themselves being pedophiles? This is probably the biggest gripe I have with Max, okay? It's not the doxing, the harassment, or even the other forms of degeneracy done by him. It's the fact that he is painfully unfunny, that his only way to make people laugh is through these desperate attempts at shock humor, and even that doesn't get any fucking laughs. doesn't get the response he wants, that he talks all this shit about not caring about how he gets his laughs. He doesn't mind being seen as a villain, but when it comes time to walk the walk, he deletes everything like a pussy, and he throws his audience under the bus. That's right, if you're a fan of Max, and you're still watching, he fucking threw you under the bus. I feel for you. He put you in the crosshairs of everyone who is upset with him. Because the moment he got the first sign of pushback from people he's fucked with over years, he ran away. And he threw you to the wolves. If I were you, I'd be a little pissed as well. I'd be a little irritated. But the thing that irritates me the most is that he paints himself as such an epic troll, but he has no fucking clue what it even means at this point. Which brings me to the last thing I wanted to address, the idea of trolling. To me, trolling is hilarious. It's an easy way to milk some laughs and have a very good time when it's done right. But it seems like we've gotten to a point where we have forgotten how the execution of it actually works. We have forgotten the whole point of it. The idea is for you to say stupid shit that causes someone to overreact. It's why the Pepe meme works so fucking well. You have a goofy little cartoon frog that causes journalists and SJWs to completely lose their shit. It's funny because something completely innocuous caused this person to have a meltdown. When you're sending your audience to try to get somebody banned off of Twitch or to harass them about their dead father, and they get mad, nobody really thinks it's funny. Unless it's a complete screech fest, a complete meltdown, people just end up relating and empathizing with the person you're trying to fuck with in that scenario, completely ruining your joke. If nobody is laughing, then what have you accomplished by making yourself look like a piece of shit? You made somebody mad by making fun of their dead parents. I'm sorry, did you want a special award for taking the easiest route to piss people off? And at the end of the day, if you're surrounding yourself with miserable people, you're making yourself look like a pedophile just to troll people into thinking you're a pedophile and then having a panic attack because people actually take the bait and call you a pedophile, when you're spamming the same dead meme over and over again and you're getting no reaction, and you're at a point where you're shoving things up your ass on camera for your internet friends and your favorite content creator to laugh at you and humiliate you, who are you trolling at that point? I guess what I'm trying to say is, there are people like Maximilian Muss and the people on his Discord. And then there's people with parents who love them.
Why are kids so fucking stupid? Did their parents not beat them hard enough? I try to empathize with teens. When I was younger, I was stupid too. It's true, but then I realized that I was never this stupid. My friends were never this stupid. Y'all are just dense. Like damn, I'm really concerned. I wish your father would use that wooden spoon.
Just fucking beat them already.
Dude, I was just being ironic, man. What a fucking loser. Do you ever...
Listen, kids, being edgy is okay, but the same 10 jokes in a row, that's not okay. Like damn, is that all you can come up with? If you're gonna be racist, at least be original, please.
Yeah, we're dead serious.
If you're under 17, please don't ever talk to me. You think this is part of the act, but please don't come near me.
Dude, get a load of this guy. He's never heard of irony before. What a fucking loser, dude.
Jimmy, it's past your bedtime.
Dad, no.
Get back to
Dad,
bed.
I was just being ironic.
I don't care.
No, Dad.
You're being a piece of shit.
No.
Take these thanks, you little bitch.
Oh, no, Daddy.
Who do you think you are? Who the fuck do you think you are? Talking to people on the internet like you're some piece of shit. Calling irony. Who the fuck do you think you are? Take these fucking spanks, dumbass kid. I should have never given birth to you.
Daddy.
Piece of shit.
Oh, Daddy, please.
Take that. I'm out of here.
Daddy.
Fuck you.
Daddy,
son.
please.
If I just call you
Being
son.
ironic. Daddy, you ever heard of irony before? Oh. I was just kidding. That crying was ironic. I wasn't actually crying.
What the fuck did you just say? You want me to come back here?
Nothing, Daddy. Nothing.
That's what I fucking thought. Go back to bed. It's 9 p.m.